One Love is said to be a poetry festival, but it actually has a little bit of everything. That's the reason why we brought here Line and Henzel, who are two of the producers of this event, to talk more about it and know a little bit more. So guys, thanks for being here.
Thank you for inviting us.
You're welcome. Line, Henzel. So what is One Love Poetry Fest? Is it poetry? Is it music? What is it?
Well, I've been doing poetry clubs for about 10 years now, and there's always been this underlying core of like mutual respect. But when I do it down Løves Bog and Vin Café, and it's a kind of limited place. So when Henzel asked me 3 years ago whether I wanted to be part of doing something bigger on a stage and with a different vibe from Jamaica and different kind of poets, if I could bring something and we could meet together. So that was the beginning of One Love Poetry, really meeting up of cultures. So that's the one answer for you, is that it's a meetup of culture, of right?
Yeah.
What do you think?
All right. Well, I'll just let you know I would start it for the reason why Lena was contacted.
Yes.
And the idea of One Love Poetry was inspired and coined by the multi-talented Jamaican Yasso Safari. And he was traveling here he was on tour in Denmark. And that's how it got inspired, was through Yasso Safari, who is a dub poet, a philosopher, a musician.
A very complete artist.
And yeah, exactly, and an author. So he was the one who actually inspired the idea. Okay. And then of course we wanted to find, and the platform was to promote unity and diversity, balance and harmony, and respect. So it was easy as we search around and we find it was very important to find like-minded persons. And then of course, Lena was chosen as so that's how it started.
So you started 3 years ago. This is going to be the 3rd edition, right?
That's right, yeah.
What's going to be different? Oh, what are you still going to do, because it really works?
Wow, so much more has been added, like huge different layers. You know, it started off just poetry and music. Now it's poetry, music, art, fashion, storytelling, food, and haircuts.
Yep. And not to mention, we always have coffee. You know, and the coffee we have is actually Jamaican coffee. So, you know...
and the brand of the coffee is Marley Coffee.
Marley Coffee, and you know, Marley was also an advocate for One Love.
Okay.
So, and Marley Coffee actually has a type of coffee called One Love Coffee.
Exactly.
So that's what we're serving. Right, so what's different? Basically, it's much more of an experience, because poetry is not just words. Poetry is also a feeling. It's a sensation that you don't just get from reading a poem. So we've met all the people that we've met who we think are poetically minded. We've invited, and that could be people like Nyakas, the African suit company, who do like really beautiful kind of patterns in their textiles. Yeah. It can be artists, and it can also be amazing food. So it's important for us to create a kind of oasis where there will be poetry read and music sung.
And you have a lot of different cultures as well. It's not just Danish people reading or Jamaican people reading. What were you trying to achieve when you were putting the program together?
Like when it all started, you know, the platform was to show unity in diversity. Even though we're diverse, we could still be unified, you know, and express love, you know, or express an experience. So at this particular at this event, we have like multiple nationalities and multiple cultures, you know, Africans.
We have people from the Middle East. We have a Syrian sass player. We have a Libyan singer and a drummer from Congo.
Yeah.
And a rap artist also from Africa. And then...
Is she from Kenya?
Then of course we have Judy Wondery, an amazing poet from Kenya. Yeah. And we have an English singer-songwriter called Sue Ballingal.
Yeah. And let's not forget Pearl the soul singer.
Yeah.
She's really, really mixed, like Bosnian, South African, like and yeah. So
Yes, I think it's been really important for us to not just do the Caribbean-Danish connection. So last year it was Caribbean-Danish-English. Now it's Caribbean-Danish-Middle East.
yep.
So you're going further.
Yes, yeah. I mean, we could still have some more Asian people.
Because I guess also the whole idea is to be inclusive, like
Exactly.
come one love, welcome in
here.
and express yourself on our platform.
Yeah.
And the Thomsen venue is at last. How are you going to create the atmosphere there? How are you going to transform the venue?
How will we change the atmosphere? Well, I'm really glad that you asked. Because, well, I mean, it's really, really important that, that when you read poetry, it's the whole experience and the atmosphere is created not just by the words, but by the feelings and emotions. It's really important to have a space that's cozy and that's relaxed. And therefore, we're gonna bring some plants. I don't know if you can see these.
Can you see the plant?
But
Yeah.
you will explain, why do we need plants?
Yeah, why do we need plants, Henzel?
Well, the thing is, as human, like life on Earth is dependent on plants. You know the process. Plants photosynthesize. They give, they use up the carbon dioxide that we give off, and then they give off oxygen. So life on Earth cannot exist without plants. And I've chosen. So me and Lena, we decided, hey, let's each take a plant. And so Lena should choose it, because if you notice the pictures that we had of former events, we have palm trees on the stage, and that was to kind of give me, coming from the Caribbean, to kind of give a Caribbean feeling. And then this time now we actually have Lena said, hey, Henzel, bring a plant. So we have an aloe vera here, and what it is, it's actually a medicinal plant. And also, so it was given to me by one of my friends, really, really small, and from Gita Brown. And I looked after it and look how big it is now.
Yeah.
So that is love
really
right
growing.
there. Yeah.
Yes.
So it's kind of the same where Yasa Safari planted this, like a seed of one love on fertile ground, and me and Lena we're looking after it.
Right? Yeah. So and then in Denmark we have this thing called hygge, and that's a lot to do with candles. So therefore we're also gonna have lots of candles on the stage.
Yeah.
So therefore I brought some candles for you today.
Great.
To make it a little bit more hyggelig. I'm not saying that your studio isn't hyggelig, but it is even more hyggelig.
It is now.
And now I'm gonna burn it off. So yeah, on our stage we promise that there will be plants and there will be candles.
Yeah.
Great.
And also nice cozy music. Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you, because we're talking all the time about one love, and I know that also the public needs to reply to the question, what does one love mean to you? So I wanted to ask you, what does one love mean to you two guys? What is it for you? One love.
Should I go first?
You can go first. There's so much to say. It's like, where do we start?
Oh man, but yeah, for me, like in my everyday life, one love for me, it means respect. I use one love in the sense that as long as I have health, I believe that every problem can be solved if it's communicated properly.
Good.
And also one love for me is just to be balanced within self and know who you are and respect each other.
Cool.
Yeah.
Lina, it's your
I
turn.
think Hensel's kind of taking all the good ones, but I think respect is the key, right? And I think today in society there's so much division, there's so much hatred, there's so much talking about the others and look at us, we're better than them, or as Trump does in America, he's constantly making borders. And for me, one love means respect across those borders, because we all share the human heart, right? So it's about respecting each other and being equal, wherever you are. If you're a superstar, if you're a poor person, if you're, in or out of America or the Middle East or wherever you are, to have that shared respect. So yeah, it's about loving yourself, but also loving the next. It sounds religious. It's not, right? We're actually not religious. We just really believe in respecting people.
Yeah.
And sorry, actually, that sentence that you have said a couple of times, the unity in the diversity, it really sums up all the respect and love,
Of course.
and accepting everyone besides whatever difference we might have.
Yeah.
So great motto for
Yeah.
Poetry Festival.
And again, that was one of the resonating platform or the mantras from Yesa Safari. So we also want to make sure that we give credit to him because that was the base where it was built off.
Good. And you have, poetry is of course huge. It's a huge, very wide platform to create art. But I know some of the artists that you have invited are going to be performing with a little bit of a political take because of the situation in their respective countries and places. So I wanted to ask you, how does it combine a political vindication with one love?
That one's for you, Lena.
Yeah, right. So basically, because of the whole refugee crisis, I spoke to Henzel and I said, hey, we should also open up if there are any artistic refugees in Denmark. Please let's invite them to the stage. And he was like, of course. I think it's important when you write poetry that you have an opinion and that you write about something that's near to your heart. And if that's politics, that's fine as well, right? Maybe I will read a poem for you in a minute, which is also a little bit political. But it's important at this One Love stage that it's respectful, right? So it's not just going to be about somebody who's stupid and ugly and I'm better, right? So political is good. It's good to have an opinion. I think Bob Marley was political.
Of course.
So I don't think that's dangerous. I think what's wrong is to just point fingers and be disrespectful. But you can be respectfully political. I think that's really important.
Definitely.
So I first heard about a haircutter called Adel. He's from Syria and he was a barber, I think for 15 years in Aleppo, if I remember right. And so he's now in Denmark and he hasn't got money to have his old salon, but he doesn't want to be on the refugee integration ydelse, where he gets money from the government. Yeah. So he started his own haircutting. So and he goes around and cuts people. So I said, hey, let's invite him. At the back of the room, he can cut people. So he's offering haircuts.
Yeah.
Cut people, yeah. Cut people! And he can do haircuts. Sorry, yeah. Sounds dangerous. No, but it's beautiful and he does really artistic haircuts. So we invited him and then through him I heard that there are some other poets that he might know of. And then somebody else said, hey, I know a great sass player. And sass is this kind of strange Kurdic instrument. Yeah. That sounds beautiful. So anyway, like that, I found out about more and more different kind of artists that we've now invited on the stage.
And also remember Pearl, the jazz and soul singer. Yeah. She's going to be there giving an intimate performance. So it's not, it's something to, it's an afternoon to come and relax and look forward to.
Yeah,
and hear.
we could go through the whole program. There's so many different kind of elements.
Maybe you can say as well a little bit that is not unveiled yet. Do you have any surprises as the haircut?
We have a few surprises.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that can be that doesn't have to be secret right now.
No.
So what do you have?
So basically, what are the? Okay, do you want to? Should we go through the
we're here.
Yeah?
Let's
Okay, so basically you're going to arrive to Atlas. You're going to be shocked because you're going to see these palm trees, you're going to have candles everywhere, you're going to smell this beautiful smell of Mali coffee, and you're going to see, whoa, there's an exhibition. Yeah. This beautiful lady called Annette Vogel, yeah? She has made, for instance, beautiful scarves called One Love scarves.
And paintings.
Yeah. And then you see also, there's an artist called Annemette Kruse. I haven't even told you about her yet,
no
but
problem.
she will also be
welcome, Annemette.
She's beautiful.
I saw it.
Surprise for you as well. Yeah. So anyway, she will also have some graphic art. And then you'll eat the food from...
Food Fine. Cafe Food Fine will be providing the tapas.
Okay.
Right. Nice. So all your senses are in play, and then bam, you have the introduction by us, and the DJ Tiger Moth.
Yeah, he'll be playing some classic soothing music.
Yeah. So anyway, then after the introduction, we shall have Annette Vogel will also read a poem, and then we have the Libyan Amin and a girl from Congo doing drumming and rap, right? Yes. Then after that, we will move swiftly to a American poet called Janice Lynn Franke.
Yep.
She's great. And then
John and James.
we'll go back to John and James, who are two musicians who are part of the band Line Hassall and the April Rainers, who had an album out just last week. Amazing album, by the way. So we've handpicked two of them to do something acoustic and special for us on the night. That was
Very
one of
cozy,
them.
everything.
Yeah, it's very cozy. Yeah. So, but they will only play for 20 minutes or so before we will have.
So then we have Judy Wondery and Sue Bilingual. We'll also do 2 poetry pieces. And then we take a 10 minutes coffee break.
Where you can go around
course.
again. It's important to have breaks, relax, talk together, you know.
Yep.
Then I shall be opening up the second half with another surprise called Bjarne Slipsager. He's my saxophonist. I finally managed to convince him that he has to come again. So he's very excited. He's been looking forward for a whole year.
Of course.
So he plays and I read poetry.
Yep. And just remember, we're going to have the courtesan dancers and stories.
Oh,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
It's pretty diverse.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah, cool.
There's a women's organization of people from Kurdistan. They are coming. They offered themselves. Suddenly, I had this email, and they are happy to dance for us and tell some stories.
Yep.
That's great.
And then if we should just jump a little bit and go.
Oh, another surprise! I have to talk about Tahir, right?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Oh yeah. Then
Who's Tahir?
I have a friend called Tahir Mirza who's right now in a Serbian refugee camp. He's been there for a few months to try and help out, and I invited him to come and tell some stories from there. He's an amazing speaker. So that's really going to be something. He will also show some pictures. He just told me this morning. So another surprise.
Yeah, me updates.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then the last one, the Camilla Sydel, who has 2 books out. She's great. Oh, in fact, you say Sydel, Camilla Sydel.
Yeah, get it right.
She's Danish. And then Ronnie Omar and Jiwan that was from Syria. And he's the one who plays the sass beautifully. And after them, we will have the coffee break again.
Yep.
Drink coffee, it's important. And then the last and the longest act of the night will be again
Pearl. The jazz and the soul.
Perfect.
to sort of
Performer,
end up.
yeah.
I think it's just going to be what we need.
And of
at
course,
the
you know,
time.
Pearl, you know, it's nice, cozy, easy jazz. Ooh.
She has
You don't want to miss this.
She has some albums out and some great music videos you
Yep.
could check out online as well.
And all of the program, we're going to post the program on the Facebook page so you can
yes.
see the full program.
Perfect.
But there are so many surprises. like we just keep on having surprises.
Yeah.
It's like we've opened up for this kind of underworld of amazing artists, and now they're contacting us.
Oh, that's great.
So
Yeah.
the last few years we've been trying as hard as we can to dig into this underworld, and now they're
Exactly.
coming up and getting.
I know
in
we
touch.
have to now we reach a point where we have to be telling people the program
It's
is
It's
you know,
It's like, unfortunately, we
Yeah,
cannot
yeah,
cram
yeah,
more
exactly.
into 3 hours.
they're literally showering us with love.
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
So thank you for
I
being
might
here.
read a poem for you.
Oh,
If
yes,
you,
of
do you
course.
Have the time? Oh, no.
Yeah. We do have the time. So,
Yeah.
Line, if you will be so kind to read something for the
Hello.
audience, please use your camera
I would
and go
love
for
to.
it.
I'd love to. So I wrote this poem. It's a little bit in the theme of one love, and it's inspired by Trump actually. And believe it or not, it's a thank you poem to Trump, because I think Trump has got us all together like never before in my lifetime, at least. Now we are making things like the One Love Poetry Festival. Now we're gathering on the internet to give power to all the right things in life, because we are so disagreeing with Trump. So anyway, this one is called Things Ain't What They Used to Be. Things ain't what they used to be. It's a new world order, intent on darkness, hatred, and the border. Things ain't what they used to be, but there's the sweet wind a-blowing all around this great big world. There's these roots that keep on growing. There's love, one love, which won't stop flowing. It sweeps around you. It's coming near me. It's like a majestic tree. Yeah, things ain't what they used to be. They talk of races, colors, feminism. They talk of left, right, and nationalism, oblivious to the simple fact we all share humanism, working hard on creating division, Boxing, labeling, categorizing, distancing, trying to pull us all apart. Though each and one of us, we are in fact connected by that same human heart. Things ain't what they used to be. It started with a pitter-patter. Now millions of people, they are marching for the matter, joining on the digital airwaves. Well, before we didn't really care. Now we get together, now we dare. Things ain't what they used to be. I can hear it, I can feel it. We will not despair. Hope is spreading in the air. We will not despair. We'll let the sun in everywhere.
Congrats, Line, that was amazing.
Thank you.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's the best commercial for this event. Not a commercial, but you know,
Like invitation.
yeah, invitation.
That's what it's all about,
And
right?
that's just a little taste of what's to come.
So thank you so much for being
Thank
here.
you.
And congrats again for your poem. It was very beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you for inviting us.
So if you want to say goodbye as well.
All right. Yeah, let's say goodnight. Bye. So, ladies and gentlemen,
See you next week. Atlas is the place to be. April 5th.
and you are invited.
Cordially.